Over the last 7 years now, we've been making videos out here in Call of the Wild and the Hunter Classic. But throughout that time, we've had some pretty incredible moments that we've managed to capture. One of them being we took down our first ever 1,000 scoring diamond mule deer in Call of the Wild. And that moment is going to be the one that we're talking about today. So, to give you a little bit of a backstory on how this all went down, we were actually on multiplayer, and at the time I was looking for a diamond mule deer. I hadn't gotten one yet, so we're out there just looking for our first diamond mule deer, whether it was a small rack or a big rack. Of course, it would have been cooler if it was a big rack, but you never know. I just wanted to get a diamond mule deer, and I spotted this thing off in the distance. I thought it was a red deer, just looked like a normal, typical small red deer, and it said 5 medium. And all of a sudden I spotted it and I saw it was a mule deer. And once I noticed it was a mule deer, I knew that it was the bighorn, big rack. So I definitely wanted to try and get it. And at that time, I really wanted to get one with a bow and arrow. So we ended up setting up the tree stand in a specific location. Went back there over and over to make sure that buck showed up, which was highly risky at the time because in multiplayer, anything could happen. The service was not that good back then, and you could get kicked at any second. Well, we took the chance, set up the stand, and this is what happens next. So basically what we did was we went over to this lodge right here. Now this is my map, so it's completely different, but I changed the time back to 8:30, and I set up 4 tree stands. That way, when this mule deer would come back, there was a good chance he was going to come all the way over to this point here. Now this is my map here, so you're not going to see a mule deer need zone. Although this is a really good spot for mule deer as well, so don't get me wrong. So anyways, we had 4 stands set up here. The one I chose was the one right in the middle. And, well, this is what happens next. Alright, looks like our first buck is on the way. It's not him, but he shouldn't be too far away. Got another buck coming in right behind. And another buck right behind. We've been sitting here waiting for a little while now, and though we do have some deer coming in, I don't see any sign of that giant buck. Well, that's got me a little bit anxious because I don't know where he went. But then, this happens. So I just saw some motion over here. Oh my god, it's him. Oh my god. Look at the size of this thing. Jeez, that thing's a giant. This is the first 5 medium mule deer I've seen since before the trophy lodges came out. And this guy's about to walk right past us. Holy. This moment was absolutely so surreal, and the reason being is because I didn't think it was ever gonna happen. It was my dream to get a 1,000, not even a 1,000, but just a big rack diamond mule deer, right? My dream at the time was to get a big rack diamond mule deer, and I think the biggest one around that time was somewhere around like 900 and up or something. I don't remember exactly what the score was, but either way, we wanted to get a big rack diamond, and the moment I saw this, I actually first thought it was a red deer. I literally thought it was a red deer. I came over here and searched for a mule deer, and I saw this rack jump up, and I thought, it's just a whatever, a tiny red deer stag, because 5 medium popped up. But it was one of the biggest mule deer that I've ever seen at that time. This is unbelievable. Wow. Have to calm down a little bit here, because this thing, he's huge. He's 30. He's 30 yards from us, guys. Oh my god. At this moment here, I knew that he was definitely in range, but what I didn't know is that he was actually going to stop somewhere within shooting range. Or at least, I was hoping he was going to stop somewhere. So as you can see, in my reaction here, I was absolutely freaking out because I thought he was just going to keep on walking past and stop somewhere around 100 yards away from us. And what happens next is unbelievable. But he stops right there. Oh. Okay. No way.
We smoked him. Oh my god. That's a giant. Get a consecutive check real quick.
Now, I had absolutely no clue that that buck was gonna stop right there. I mean, what are the odds that that would happen? Especially after the amount of effort that I took to try and figure out where this buck was heading at that time. I remember over and over going back to this lake trying to figure out the exact location of where this buck was going to be. Then we managed to set up a tree stand somewhere within the proximity of where that buck should have came out, but not exactly where it was going to come out. And well, it just so happened that he came out in that specific location perfectly. Also, during this time, there were consecutive harvest checks. So for a lot of the new players now, they don't know about this, but back in the day when Call of the Wild first became a thing, way before trophy lodges were even around, you needed to have what's called a consecutive harvest check. That basically means the last 3 animals that you shot, you have to make a good shot and make sure you harvest every one of those animals. So for instance, say you gut shot a buck and it ran off, well, you didn't bother tracking it. Well, what happens is that's going to mess up your consecutive harvest rating. So then you're going to go pick up a deer and then it's going to drop down to 0, which will affect you not getting a diamond or potentially even a gold or whatever you're trying to get. So at this point here, we have to make sure we get at least 3 animals in a row, which will give us that 75%. And then the next one will be 100%. So that's why we shot this buck right here.
Holy.
It's a moment of truth right here. Because I'll tell you what, when you're playing multiplayer and you don't have a good consecutive harvest, it is so scary because 1, the game could crash at any moment and that deer is gone. Or 2, someone could kick you. Or 3, someone could come over.
Here's our consecutive check.
And steal your deer.
Looks like we're good.
But as you can see,
100%. 100%.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but
here's our consecutive check.
Right here. Yes, right here. Consecutive harvest, 100%. Quick kill. That also has always been a thing. Integrity, that's always been a thing. And consecutive is the one thing that they got rid of. So yes, 100%. And you can see 799 is looks like a silver. So I think 850 and up was gold at this point. And then I would say like 920 would be a small diamond. So 950 and up would be like the big rack. Actually, no, 970 and up would be the big rack. I think up to like 955 would be this. Well, so up to like 965, somewhere around there is the small rack.
Looks like we're good. 100%.
And the moment of truth is about to happen right here.
And I don't think I've ever shook this much before, but yeah, I am shaking like crazy.
The reaction that I had there was so funny because I was almost speechless.
And here he is. He's a diamond! No way! No way! A true 1,000 scoring diamond mule deer, and we took him 17 yards out of a tree stand with a bow. I'm still shaking right now. I've wanted one of these for so long.
And apparently still majorly stuttering my words. It's almost like Christmas morning when you're a little kid and you wake up. You have that exact same excitement that I'm having right here at this moment. And it was just all such a perfect moment. It really was. Everything came together. And at this time, this is when tree stands kind of just first became a thing. And I really, really wanted to get like a diamond out of a tree stand. At this point, I don't even think I got a diamond whitetail out of a tree stand, let alone the biggest diamond mule deer that I've ever seen or could ever imagine for that time. And for him to be able to walk right underneath us in order to get a shot at 17 yards. You got to realize like how much of a big deal
and
that
especially
was.
The big rack like this. Oh my god. Let's take a look at the shot. Almost made a hard shot, a little bit too high. 17-yard double lung liver shot. So he was absolutely smoked. And that thing is massive. 1,000 scoring with a trophy rating of 550. He weighed 460 pounds. Holy. That's like a dream come true. That is definitely a dream come true. To take him out of the tree stand with a bow.
As I said, I've been wanting that to happen for a long time, and ever since that happened, I remember I was pumped for like a month. I didn't even care if I found anything after that. I was just good. I remember my girlfriend at the time, like I told her about it. She was excited for me, and it was awesome. So that right there is one of the most special, inspirational moments in Call of the Wild that we've ever had right there.
That was amazing.
You can tell I'm pretty much lost for words at this time. I don't even know how to react. It's just like, it was too perfect. It was too perfect. Then it pops up in the chat down at the bottom, and people can see, right, what score you just got. So as you can see, it says score of 1,000. Well, back then, when a 1,000 popped up, it was a big deal. But also what's cool about this is you can see the tree stand right here. That tree stand is the exact spot that deer walked right past. It all came together. It all came together. But those of you that play multiplayer know it is so risky to try and hunt the diamond with a bow. Absolutely super risky. Not so much anymore, because it's like we all have plenty of diamonds that even if you did lose one, it's not the end of the world. But this was the first one that I've ever seen, right? I've gotten a couple of small, I don't even know if I actually did get a small rack diamond muley. I think actually, going back, I think this mule deer was officially the first diamond mule deer that I ever got. And it just happened to be the big rack diamond and a perfect score. Similar to, well, we'll talk about that in the future, but there might have been a fox that was pretty special too. So yeah, for the most part, it was epic. And with that, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed our reaction to one of the most OG inspirational hunts of all time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.